Oh, hello, people of the interwebs and flying bastards from hell. How are you all doing? This is going to be a ranty video. Yes, about the current state of being a Transformers fan, especially in the UK. I've just watched Graham Collect 75's ranty video. It mostly goes on about Robot Kingdom, to be perfectly honest. It's nice to see him doing videos again, because if you don't watch Graham the Collect 75, you really should. So it's just the Collect 75. I'll put a link somewhere around here. You really should check him out. He's a good dude. But, yeah, is it a good time to be a Transformers fan in the UK? I'd have to say no. Because these fucking Earthrise figures and War for Cybertron Siege figures, just to the large extent, and all the Generation Select stuff, seems to be either really expensive for what it is, or you're going to have to pre-order. Everything's pre-order. But then again, I mean, it's usually US and Canada only, which pisses me off. And people go, oh, let's buy it online. Well, yeah, I want to do that, but if everybody's pre-ordering this shit, we can't get it. I'm with Graham. I like going out into a store and finding it there and going, ooh, there's a big wall of Transformers. Should I buy this one, or both, or 5 of them, or none of them? But that's what's missing. And all this pre-order stuff, and I'll tell you what is getting rather annoying as well. There are certain YouTubers out there, which will remain nameless, you know who you are, seem to be getting the shit either early or illegally, or possibly both, right? And it's like, look at me, I've got the first thing ever. I've got it first. None of you fuckers have it. I've got it. Which suggests to me that A, you've done some kind of deal with Hasbro and you're getting them early, like a sample copy, or you've got somebody in China or at Hasbro and you've managed to bribe them enough to get them sent to you before release date. And that irritates me as well, because there's nothing wrong with having the thing that's out now and, the latest figure that's out this week, or, and doing a video on it. Nothing wrong with that at all. No problem with that. But it seems to be, and it's also a thing as well, I'm sort of jumping ahead of myself. This is all unscripted. This is all kind of off the cuff, which is usually my style anyway, isn't it? And basically, it's all, I'm first. Look at me. I'm the one that has it. You don't. You're a bunch of pricks. It's basically the attitude. It's all smug and superior. And then they never like it either, which really irritates me further. It's like, well, it's fucking shit, this figure. It's a Generation 1 figure. I fucking hate it. It's crap. It's like, hang on. Not everybody likes Generation 1. I understand that. But you shouldn't dismiss it as crap because it comes from a different era, or a character that comes from the 80s or 90s. You shouldn't do that, I like Prime, I like some of the figures, but, G1 is my Transformers, always will be. Like the Armada stuff, there's some duffers in that line, there's absolute junk in that line, there's some fucking shit in G1, absolute fucking terrible shit in G1. Come on, you've seen the Pretenders, and Action Masters, but I fucking love it, and I'll never ridicule anybody, if you like the base, the Bayverse and all that. So I'm never going to ridicule anybody in liking the thing that you like. But don't ridicule me, as well, for liking Generation 1, because that's, to me, Transformers. But anyway, I digress. But we'll get back to the main point, which is it a good time to be a fan of Transformers in the UK? I want to say yeah, but I have to say no. Because, like I said, trying to get hold of these things is next to impossible. The only place I can go buy them, right, for the most part, is Smith's Toys. Now, Smith's is, quite away from me, right? The other option is the Entertainer, but the Entertainer never has them in, right? Never has anything, Siege or anything like that. If you have anything at all, it's usually 2 years out of date. There's Toy Town as well, and the latest Transformers they have are Power of the Primes, and they're trying to sell them at 24 fucking quid for a combined for the Terracons. £25. I was in fairly recently. I saw that. I'm like, yeah, no. So you know, it's getting harder and harder to find these things because Tesco don't stock them, Asda don't stock them. Whereas you go back 10 years, you could buy Transformers pretty much anywhere, and there would be, and the ones I couldn't get, say in local retail, I would find at TFN, right? And so that didn't bother me so much. Or I'd go online and buy it online, which I don't mind buying stuff online, but you know, I'd much rather go out and buy stuff. But when it's at the minute where everything is US and Canada only, like the Hasbro Pulse online convention thing, US and Canada only, I'm like, well, hang on, what about us fans in the UK? Don't we mean anything? Haven't we got money that we want to spend? You know? Do you not just ignore us completely? I mean, yes, I understand there's a global pandemic. Don't get me started on that. But, you know, you'd have thought that, hey, let's make some money and let's send these things out all over the world. And it just seems like, you know, we're not getting at least represented. Not like, so I'm getting messaged by everyone. It seems to be, but no, I mean, you know what I'm saying though. It's not fair. It's not fair. It seems like, and then what else they're doing as well is they're making store exclusives, which is fine. But when you're doing mainline characters, especially when that store doesn't exist here in the UK, like a Walgreens, for example, you know, it's really hard. The only other option we've got is, you know, I've got my fingers crossed that these things might pop up in B&M because we have had Studio Series figures pop up in there recently. I bought a couple for a tenner as well. But you know what I mean? It just seems like we're being penalised for, you know, being where we are in the world. And that ain't fair. You know? And I mean, there are several options. Number one is you go on the website and buy it off the website, right? You go on, you know, Big Bad Toy Store or whatever, and then, so you buy it for a figure that's, say, 25 quid. Works out about 25 quid with all the exchange rates and that. So then 25 quid, fair enough. Then you got to pay postage on top of that, right? Postage from America, and usually Big Bad Toy Store's postage is quite expensive. So you're talking another tenner, so that's 35 quid, right? And then if you're really lucky, you might get stung with import tax on top of that. So a figure that should cost no more than 25 quid is now cost up to and including possibly close to 50 quid, you know, for a deluxe. That's if you can get the fucking thing. The only other option is to go on YouTube, where all these fucking scalpers appear out of nowhere, and go to Walgreens and get Ratchet and, you know, whatever else that's out there. And they get as many as they can get their hands on. Go to like every Walgreen within 100 miles, and then they stick them up on eBay for 3, 4, 5, 6 times what they're worth. Plus they want like 20 quid postage as well. And then if you gain it from America, again stung with import tax. So it's kind of it's bullshit, is what it is. It's fucking bullshit. And I know Kapow Toys and I know In Demand and all the UK ones are trying the best, but even they've been told that they're not getting stock in and shit like that. And it's just like, what are you doing? You know? Well, I love these fucking plastic robots, you know? I've got loads of them. There's not many on there, but I've got fucking loads of them. And most of the ones I've bought, excuse me, oh, chest infection is horrible. You know, most of the ones I've got, or recent ones, I've gone out and bought them, you know? I've bought them, you know, there's been a couple of exceptions. I bought a few, especially during lockdown, I bought a few off eBay and stuff. But that's what eBay's for, because I collect G1s. You're not going to find G1, but again, prime example of that is the fucking G1 reissues, right? Sorry, I'm clicking my video. They are Walmart exclusives, but you can't get them in the UK without paying stupid money for. And it's getting to be a real problem for me that I can't go out and buy them. And like I say, I mean, yeah, there's eBay and things like that, but you're paying double, triple, quadruple of what they should be charging for these things, and it ain't fair. It's not fair. It really ain't fair, and it's getting to be a point where, I'm not bothered anymore. I don't want to collect because I can't collect the things I like to collect without paying stupid money for a figure that should cost me no more than 20 quid. And it just seems like Hasbro don't give a fuck, And Graham Clap 75 said and I keep referencing him, but he's very impassioned about it, and I understand, and I know what he's feeling, and he's not wrong. He sent an email to his customer service department, and it sounds like basically a robot's replied. No actual human eyes saw the email, and it's like, oh yeah, sorry, blah 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 blah, but we'll pass on your concerns to the relevant teams and all that, and then but look out for these exciting new products. And it's like, well, hang on, I've just told you I'm not collecting anymore because your business practice at the moment is absolutely atrocious. But then again, this isn't new though for the UK. See, this is what people forget. We'll go back to Generation 1, and in Generation 1, you couldn't get in the UK, you couldn't get Shockwave, Omega Supreme because that was released under another toy line called Converters, and he was an Omegatron, which I had, but that's beside the point. But like I said, Skylinks, Swoop, Blaster, Shockwave, who else? Oh, all the Autobot cassettes was never released in the UK, as far as I'm aware. So it's not a new thing. They were doing it back in the 80s. And, Roadbuster and Well was another two that we never got in the UK. And it just seems like, well, of course, back in the day, as kids, didn't know what was going on. But even so, it ain't a new thing. And I remember fucking back, we're talking about 2010, 2011, something like that, 2012. I remember when there was figures that you, again, couldn't get in the UK, because I made a rant back on my old channel about this very subject, so nothing changes. And I remember this, there was, when Generations Wind Charger came out, so we're talking about 2010, 2011, something like that, and there was loads. I could go to about 30 shops and find it there, right? And I remember a lot of people asked me, American friends, and that asked me, oh, can you get us this? Yeah, no worries. But then a lot of American fans fucking bitched and fucking moaned that we got it in the UK, and they were absolutely disgusted that we got it in the UK. And so they released it there. And I'm like, well, hang on. You get everything, we get fuck all. And when we get something you don't, you bitch and moan until you get it. That irritated me a lot back then, and it still irritates me now. And the fact that we're bitching and moaning about it, but they don't give a fuck, right? Because it's going to get to a point where, it could be down to Brexit, and I'm not getting to that right now, but it could be down to that, and the fact is that they don't want to deal with the UK. But then again, why not Australia or mainland Europe or Africa or Russia or anywhere else in the world? But US and Canada only. It seems like it just, when they say that, that's like, fuck you. That's like, fuck you, UK fans. We don't give a shit. Oh, you want this stuff? We'll get it off our website and we'll charge you more. Because that's the other thing as well is, excuse me, that's the other thing as well, is the fact that when, say something is, say, $10, right, in the US, when it comes over to the UK, they just switch the sign over. So it's a pound sign, so it's £10. Whereas, technically, depending on the exchange rate, it's usually about £7.58, right? Give or take, right? So we're actually paying more for the same figure that what you guys, the Americans, are paying for. So we're actually paying more. And then, like I say, on top of that, it's postage, import tax, and whatever else charges they want to fucking throw in there, because they will. And it's just not fair. You know, I remember a time, well, even a couple of years ago, where you can go in town and, you know, go to, like I said, 10 different shops and buy these things. You can't buy them anywhere. Like I said, War for Cybertron Siege, the only place you can buy them, right, is at Smith's, especially in Hull. It might not be the case anywhere else, but in Hull, Smith's is the only place to get them. Because, like I say, Entertainer are very, very... They do get them, but they're very few and far between. And the ones they get in, I already have. Right? Sorry, excuse me. And then, like I said, Toy Town don't have figures that are 3 years old. Maybe more. And then Tesco aren't doing them. And they've had the same fucking Transformers in there for 4 months now. They haven't moved off the shelf. And it's the Cyberverse. And I'm sorry to say, actually I've got an example, it's downstairs. Those figures are shit. The plastic quality is terrible. The transformation is simplistic. I mean, yes, okay, they're aiming for a younger audience, that's fine, I have no problem with that. But still, the plastic quality is shocking. For the money that they're charging, it's disgusting, actually. You know, £17 for a figure that is looser than a fucking Poundland Special knockoff Transformer. I kid you fucking not. Right? This is how I got the Cyberverse Soundwave, or whatever they're calling it. You saw it in my video. You move his head round and a laser beam sort of pops out like that. The plastic quality in that is absolutely disgusting, and I'm glad I didn't pay full price. I got it from Home Bargains for like £6. If I'd have paid full price, I'd have been fucking ringing Hasbro up and going, yeah, that's disgusting, what the fuck do you think you're doing? But for £6 I can't argue, really. But it's a bad state of affairs when, you know, when they keep going, but look what we're bringing out, and it's stuff that I want, and stuff that I want, and I want the Netflix Soundwave because it transforms into the cassette player, and you know me, I love a Soundwave. But it'd be an exclusive. It's an exclusive somewhere that if I want it, I've got to pay like 50 odd quid for it, and I shouldn't have to do that. You know, there's nothing wrong with having an exclusive figure somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that, but offer the main figures. Like, for example, the prime example of that is if they did Shattered Glass Soundwave, and that was an exclusive. That's fine, because a Shattered Glass figure, it's a repaint. Now, I'd get it because I'm a Soundwave fan, but I'm just saying of any other character. If you're not bothered, then it's not one you know you're not gonna worry about, is it? But it's just the fact that they're doing this way too often, and it's getting to be. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if it was an exclusive to Smiths. At least I can get to a Smiths, you know, or an Entertainer, or a Toy Town, you know, or an Asda. I can get to those shops, but I can't get to fucking Walgreens, can I? You know? Anyway, sorry, I've ranted on for like nearly 20 minutes now, and like I said, I'm just going to throw all this up quick and dirty. This won't even be on my Patreon page, so I'm just going to throw this quick and dirty. I just need to get me point across, because I just feel that I'm being exploited. Not exploited, is the wrong word. Well, yeah, no, I am being exploited, because it's my love of this franchise, which I've been a fan since as far back as I can remember, since I was a real little kid, and I've never grown out of it. It's still a big part of me, even today, at 41 years old. I love the Transformers. I think it's a great idea, the concept, the great toys. You know, not every toy that's come out has been brilliant, but most, I'd say probably about 85% of every toy ever made is fucking win. The rest, not so much. You know, excuse me, but that's only a small percentage. I mean, mostly Generation 1 is shit, let's be honest. But anyway, you know, so the thing is, like Graham, I think I'm going to stop collecting for the moment, because, you know, I mean, I've got loads of figures I can still review, so I'm not going to be short of a figure or two. But the point is, I'll probably just collect G1s off eBay, and Beast Wars maybe, you know, because I know that a G1 figure might be expensive, because it's, you know, getting to be 35 years old, some of them, you know, so there's that. So I'll just do that. And then when the world goes back to normal, I can go back to TFN, I'll just buy G1s there, because the new stuff, I find that, we're not being represented. I mean, even, I'm guessing Star Wars fans are having the same problem, because of, US and Canada only. Like the Razors, like the Black Series Mandalorian figures, I don't think we're getting in the UK either. So I can understand the Star Wars figures. Star Wars fans are getting pissed off at that as well. So it ain't just us. And Power Rangers as well, because I've not seen any of the lightning figures anywhere, right? I'm not the biggest Power Rangers fan, but I would want a Rita Repulsa and a Lord Zed, because, come on, who doesn't, But you can't fucking find them. You can't get them unless you're willing to pay through the fucking nose for them. So I'm hoping that somebody from Hasbro sees this video, or sees one of these videos, and goes, wait a minute, there's a lot of fans out there that are not getting, they're not making money off, essentially. And hopefully somebody might listen. I doubt it. I fucking seriously doubt it. But you never know. It might happen. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you do like what I like, if you like what I do, rather, and you want to see my channel grow and become something great and big and wonderful, why not consider Patreoning, subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'll catch you very soon. Adios.